Oh,
Welcome to
fun.
Full Scope, a podcast designed to analyze the games that we love, the headlines of music, and the movies we can't forget. I'm host Wellington Burns, and I'm joined by special guest, first-time guest, Malina Grimes, part of our Life Lessons segment, episode number 8. She's a market administrator at Grant County Farmers and Makers Market. Thank you so much for being on.
Of course.
Absolutely. You said this is the first time you've done a podcast. So I thought she was a full-time podcaster, done interview after interview. This is the first time. So we're really
Yeah.
glad
Never
that
done
she's
anything like this.
really glad that she's on for this one. And obviously, this is something that I've been doing new for the podcast, a life lesson segment where I have different people on, different creators, entrepreneurs. But I want to start off with when did you know that you kind of wanted to be an entrepreneur? Like, when did you kind of know that you wanted that to be the path in life for you?
Hmm. Well, I didn't really.
Okay.
It just kind of happened, honestly. Um, I mean, you could say like when I was younger in high school, I kind of started a little business and I just sold cookies in high school.
Cookies are
And
fire.
I
Chocolate chip cookies.
do chocolate chip, peanut butter, like anything. I just like made so many random things and it like randomly did really well.
Yeah.
And so like I feel like that kind of just like put a little bug in my brain, like, oh, like selling things is kind of fun. But I didn't really know that's like what I wanted to do was like start businesses. And
Hmm.
that's not even what I went to college for. I wasn't in and I didn't have a business degree. And it wasn't until after I got married and I started doing weddings that I was like, oh, this is kind of fun. Like
Yeah.
people will pay me for my skills.
That's awesome.
And then I feel like after that, ideas just started popping off in my brain and I would just run with it.
Yeah.
And, I feel like that's kind of what started it for me. I didn't ever really like know until it was already happening. You know what I'm saying? And then now I just
Yeah.
run with it.
That's the thing I want to say. It's like it kind of seems like when I hear about entrepreneurs, they started off and they're not even thinking about that it's gonna go far. They're just like, I'm just doing this for
Mm-mm.
fun. Was that just
Exactly.
that? Was that kind of how it was like? It's just like I'm just doing
Yeah.
this for yeah,
Basically, because I was just like, because it was weddings. That's really what started it for me. And I was like, I mean, yeah, this will be cool. Like, I had a friend that asked me to plan hers,
yeah.
and oh, sorry, that's my son. um, I had a
Hey.
friend that asked me to plan hers, and so I was like, oh wow, I'm actually good at this. I planned my wedding, and I was like, this is fun, and like people will pay for this, so like I might as well see what happens. And
As one of my favorite movies, The Dark Knight, the Joker says, "If you're good at something, never do it for free. If you're good at
yeah.
something, never do it for free," which I love.
Literally though.
It's literally my life motto. Like, let's
Literally.
try to
That
monetize this. Like, if you're good at
yes.
something, there's no reason to do it for
Why
free.
not? If it's a
Yeah,
skill that you have, you might as well try it. And I
definitely.
always tell people that like if you're good at something, just do it. Like don't be scared. Like people pay for that? Why not have them pay
I
you?
can't. I'm so sorry. I'm getting so old. He really looks like Luke. He really looks like it's so. I'm really getting
That's
old.
what everyone says.
He really looks like Luke.
I know.
um, but I want to the next question. I kind of want to get into like what are the challenges of being an entrepreneur? Like,
Oh,
or what are the main ones? Because
man.
there has to be like a bunch because you're
Oh,
your
there's
own
so many,
boss. You go
honestly.
in, get off when you want to, but like, what's the challenges of that?
Yeah, so like I said, I didn't actually go to college for business. So like I
Mhm.
had to figure out a lot of the like
What did you go to
taxes,
college for?
legal stuff. I like switched a few times. So I like did music
Okay, okay, I feel
ministry
that. Yeah.
and then I graduated with missions because I thought I
Okay.
wanted to do something completely different and then I realized, oh, like you can't really make money doing that. So
Yeah. I was like, I started
so
off with like business management and yeah, I'm horrible at math, so thank God that I'm not doing that. Thank God I'm not in an accounting office.
that's hilarious. But so anyway, and oh, so challenges. So I had to like figure out taxes and like
Yeah.
the legal side of things. All of that is so hard because I'm a creative. I don't want to think about like that stuff.
You know what? I'm so glad you said that because I'm a creative too, and it's just like
Sure.
the logistics side of it. I'm like, okay, like I know you got to do that, but I want to think about the stuff I like to do, the stuff I'm
Right.
like actually doing.
Exactly.
I don't want to think
Yeah.
about
I'm
all that.
like,
Like,
I just want
all
to do the
right,
fun stuff.
let's
Let me
crunch
just
the
like,
numbers. Like, okay,
oh man, that is the
right.
worst part of everything. Just like all of those things.
Yeah.
And then like just taxes, that's just so challenging for like for owning a small business or being an entrepreneur because you're not just getting, what is it, the W-2 thing.
Yeah,
I'm so
W2
sorry.
form.
This is fun.
I'm seeing little Luke. Little Luke is
Yeah.
here.
Sorry, this is mom life. um, but anyway, you're not just getting a W-2, like you're having to file everything as self-employed, and your taxes are getting taken out at the end of the year. That's just small businesses. So anyway, that's probably like one of the big challenges. The hardest, one of the other hardest challenges for me is finding help,
Yeah.
hiring. I
That has to be like
oh,
taxing. So taxing.
it's
I remember
it's so hard.
well, one of my favorite podcasters, Bill Simmons, he got fired from ESPN back in like 2013 or 2014 over like comments he made over the NFL commissioner. And then
Oh my gosh.
a couple years later, he started The Ringer, which ended up being the most famous sports podcast network in the world now.
Whoa,
And they had all these people.
really?
So it's just like sometimes those things, and the fact is he had hired employees. Like he has like it
Mm-hmm.
started off with three or four, now it's just like ballooned into like a
Right.
whole industry.
Sure.
But that's the thing, like it's sometimes I feel like, and you can talk about it as well. It starts from like a small entity and number, then it just balloons.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
I mean,
this might happen to
which
me.
hopefully is what happens for you, which is hopefully is
Yeah,
what
I mean,
I
so right now I'm not hiring at the moment for my business. But sorry. Hey, buddy, can you go with your dad, please? Being too loud. Sorry.
It's all right.
um, so I like when I was doing weddings, it it's like such a challenge to find people that have the work ethic that you do. You know what I'm saying? Or that like actually want to put in the work. Um, and that I don't know. I don't know if maybe I just like wasn't around the right people or I wasn't looking in the right places, you know what I'm saying? But it's just so challenging to find people that are going to work as hard as you do.
That's the
And
most frustrating
you know
part.
what I mean?
It's like I don't even know how to say it, but it's not like you're putting them down. It's just like there's a certain level of work I want to put in. There's a certain vision I have for this, and if you're just kind of like okay, whatever,
Exactly.
it's just I don't know, it's just kind of frustrating.
It really is. And your business is your brand. Like I am the business. So like I need to hire people that are like, oh, like can actually reflect
Like-minded.
me.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. And it's so unfortunate. People just don't have no, and I thankfully did find some good people at some point.
Right.
But you really have to go through it and just like like work with people that are just do not care or just I
They're
mean,
like,
for
all
lack of a better
right.
word, lazy. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Like
I didn't want to say that.
you don't want to say
Yeah,
it, but
you
it's just
really just went to it.
it's just the reality of the situation. You know what I'm saying? Like not everyone can be a self-starter. Like for most of the work I do, I don't have an office. Like we work from home. We do our own things on our own time. So like you have to be the type of person that is driven, that like can do their stuff without
Yeah.
being watched all the time. You know what I'm saying? And I feel like that's probably the same for you with like what you do.
Yeah, that's what
Um,
I was gonna say. I was gonna say because it's like different things have changed within the year, but
mm,
within this year, but it's like I do like 4 or 5 videos a week,
that's
and
crazy.
then I have to do this. It's just
Mm-hmm.
like, but it's like I'm on my own time. Nobody's my boss. I'm
Right.
my own boss. But
Mm-hmm.
I know I have to say I'm in a competitive field.
Exactly.
I'm in a competitive field where guys are going to be making videos every
Mm-hmm.
day, and I have to
Right.
keep up with what they're doing.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah,
And you're the person that's like managing yourself, you know what I'm saying? And if you have that vision, like you're gonna put the work into it. But like if someone doesn't catch that vision,
yeah.
they're kind of just be like watch
Well,
TV all day and
yeah. I'm
then be
just
like,
like,
oh, I guess I need to go do this. Like, no.
yeah, like
That
and
is
again,
not what I'm paying for
I
you
think,
for.
yeah, I think certain things just work out the way. That's why I relate to Bill Simmons so much. Is that he did have a great thing with sports. I mean, when you're working for ESPN, that's a great gig. But when you
That's
get to create
crazy.
your own thing, and it's like
Mm-hmm.
even bigger than like what you could have imagined, that's like it's the dream if you're a creative. It's the
For
dream.
real. It really is.
And I wanted the next question I want to get to before we go to break. We talked about the challenges, but like, what's the favorite part of being an owner for you? Like the favorite
Yeah.
part, like the joy of it.
So definitely being your own boss. I think that's probably anyone that's ever been an entrepreneur. Definitely the best part because, you know, no one's telling you what to do.
Exactly.
And I probably have a little issue with people telling me what to do. Don't know what to say about that, but I don't want anyone telling me what to do. I want to do what I want to do. You know what I'm saying? So that's the best part. And then just being like a mom. I'm technically a stay-at-home mom. So
Mm,
like I can run my business on my own time.
yeah.
You know, when my kids are napping, when they're asleep, when they're, I can get childcare, whatever, you know what I'm saying? Like just
Mhm.
being on my own time is
Yeah.
probably like the best thing about owning a business. Um, that's definitely my favorite part. And then I don't know, I just think it's so wild to see like how you can grow it. Like there's no limit to what you can
Yeah,
do.
it's limitless.
It really is. When you're
Yeah.
in a job, especially probably in like the corporate setting,
Like
you
Bradley
know,
Cooper and Robert De Niro, Limitless. You ever seen that movie?
no, I haven't. I've
It's a
heard
good
so much about
movie.
it, but no, I probably do need to actually watch that. But like, in the corporate world, like you have like a limit on like how high you can go, really. But
Yeah,
like me, I can make as much money as the time I want to put effort into. I can hire as many people
that's
as I want to.
it's the
There's no
dream.
limit.
Yeah.
And especially as an entrepreneur, there's like no limit of different things that you can get your hands into. It's honestly kind of cool and exciting.
That's the thing. It is an exciting thing, and as a creative, you said something interesting, but I don't want to be told what to do, which is I never wanted to say that out loud, but you were saying so many things I've
I
been thinking,
I
and I
just
was like,
I figured it
there's
out.
something about it. It's just that rigid, like, and again,
Yeah.
I used to work at a job back at college that was just so rigid, like
Mm.
6:45, 3:45, you're just in a
Oh,
warehouse, and just like, I just want to put one of my AirPods in and just escape this
right.
madness.
Right.
Like,
For real. Oh, I feel that.
you know what I mean? So
Yeah.
sometimes, like, when you have that rigidity, it just goes against what
Oh,
it's not
yeah.
that creatives know that you have to have order in your life, but they also just want to like we think so much. I'm a thinker.
Yes.
When your
Oh my
brain
gosh,
goes
yes.
120 miles an hour, it's just like you're
Hmm.
like, oh man, like this pattern of just like being around. I don't want to say
Yeah.
normal people, but in a sense,
No, I know exactly what you mean though, because the creatives just need the time to like be creative, you know what I'm saying? And
yeah.
if you're just like stuck doing the same thing all the time, it just squashes that creativity.
Yeah, and again,
You
I
know?
made I released my first song a couple weeks ago back in the 850,
I
and
saw that. Congratulations.
thank
That's
you.
amazing.
Thank you. And it's my first like again, I've been doing so many scary things this year, but my first solo song I've done. And I
Jeez.
always said I wanted to do it for a while. My friend Maurice Hendricks, who's my executive producer, he said, "Man, you just gotta like just send me
Just
some
gotta do it.
stuff, man. Just send me." And this is
Yeah.
the year I finally did it. And
Hmm.
like for one of the days, I recorded like 6 songs straight, and I had a break from work because I had like a job where it's flexible, and I just
Okay.
like 6 songs straight. Most people would be like, that sounds horrible, but for me, it was fun because like I was
Yeah,
able to
I
create.
bet.
I was able to
I
create.
love that.
You know what I
That's
mean?
so
And now,
cool.
like in a couple of months, people are going to be able to hear it. So that's the beauty of being a creative. Like you get when you get on that like
Hmm.
that role that
Yes.
nobody thinks is coming, they're like, "Whoa, I didn't see that coming." And you're like,
Right. And then
"I
it
was
just
thinking
starts
this."
coming.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, I totally feel that.
For sure. Well, we're gonna
That's
take a quick
awesome.
break, and we'll be right back.